So China have secured the win in the tie by winning 3 of the 5 matches. But at the group stage, as I was explaining earlier, we contest all 5 matches because it could become important when we decide which 2 teams from each group progress through to the quarter-final knockout stage. So after the men's singles, we turn our attention to women's doubles, and Du Yue and Li Yinhui of China up against Vivian Hu and Yap Chen Wen, the left-hander from Malaysia. Well, for Vivian Hu, it is a 6th time that she's been in the Malaysian team at the Sudirman Cup competition, but it's only the 4th time that she will play a match in the Sudirman Cup competition. There we can see the win-loss records for the 2 pairs, and I can tell you for this pair, Du Yue and Li Yinhui, they have won 2 titles from 3 finals throughout their career as a partnership. For their opponents, Vivian Hu and Yap Chen Wen, who only formed their partnership at the Indonesian Super 1000 event last year, they have also won 2 titles from 3 finals that they have contested. So this is the first meeting between these 2 pairs. When I tell you that the Malaysians won the Macau Super 300 last year and also the Bangladesh International Challenger,
No, they serve.
then you
they serve.
understand that
Right,
they've
that
been
side.
playing
And who
a
receives?
different level of tournaments. Du Yue and Li Yinhui started last year playing and winning in the early stages of 2018 Super 100 event. My goodness, haven't they improved since then? Because earlier this year they won the German Open and lost in the final of the Malaysian Super 750 event. Well, here is the player who was selected for the Sudirman Cup, part of the squad 2 years ago, but didn't play. Li Yinhui, 22 years of age, from Wuhan, the capital of Hubei province. Wuhan, of course, hosted the Thomson Uber Cup finals in 2012, and also the recent Badminton Asia Championships. They, as a pair, are currently number 8, and I can tell you that it's their 6th consecutive week as number 8 in the world ranking, which is the highest that they have been as a combination. So Du Yue is a year younger than her partner, also born in Hubei province, but she was born in Yicheng in western Hubei. So 2 finals this year from the 6 previous tournaments that they've played gives an indication that they are real challengers now in the women's doubles discipline. So here is Vivian Hu, who was first selected for the Sudirman Cup in 2009, again 2011, but it wasn't until 2013, 15 and 17 when she actually played in the Sudirman Cup team. Played women's doubles with Wu Ki-wei, who sadly has now had to retire as a player after a rather horrific knee injury. But all credit to Vivian Hu, the 30-year-old, who has formed this new partnership with the 24-year-old from Malacca on the southwest coast of the Malay Peninsula. Yap Chen Wen.
Ready to play?
Great opportunity for her to play with such a experienced player as Vivian Hu is. You saw that their ranking was 22. They have been higher than that. They have been 19. As we look at our umpire, Van Horenbeck from Belgium and Ida Dito of France is the service judge. Court officials from all over the world for the BWF major competitions, and the tournament referee does everything possible to ensure neutrality by not having court officials from either of the countries of the two nations participating in the time. They're the Malaysian coaching bench, Chin Iwi on the left. She's a former world #1 in the women's doubles. And Rosman Razak with the cap there.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Malaysia, represented by Vivian Hu and Yap Cheng Wen. And on my left, China, represented by Du Ye, Li Yin Hui. Malaysia to serve, Yap Cheng Wen to Li Yin Hui. Love all. Play.
So the left and right-handed combination from Malaysia, getting the women's doubles encounter underway. And Steen, I really did think that as far as Du Yue and Li Yunwei were concerned, them winning the German Open earlier this year, beating the Olympic champions Matsutomo and Takahashi in the final, but in the quarterfinal they'd beaten Poli and Rahayu, semi-final the then world #1s Fukushima and Hirota. That was a huge breakthrough.
It was. They played a great tournament. I was on site in Germany, and they were actually quite dominant throughout the tournament. Played a little bit of a different style from what I've seen Chinese women's doubles do. They played a lot more on counter-attack, pushed their defense forward in the court and relied on exploiting that situation. Great defense they displayed in that tournament, and I think it's a really, really good way to play the women's doubles at the moment. Got the personnel to do it here because both of them are accomplished mixed doubles players, which suggests that they have excellent game reading skills on the front court. So a bit similar to what we saw Christina Pedersen and Camilla Yule do when they played for them.
2, 3.
And just to back up the point that you've made, Li Yunwei, of course, was a bronze medalist at last year's World Championships in the mixed doubles discipline in Nanjing with Zhang Nan. And Du Yue is top 10 player at the moment with her GT in the mixed doubles.
3-0.
It's the final of Asia Championships.
That's right.
Close to winning it.
It's a thrilling final. nice situation if you're the Chinese coach to be able to leave your former world champions and world number ones in the women's doubles on the bench and field a pair like Du Yue and Li Yinwei.
Yeah, it surprised me a little bit because you want your players to get as customized as possible to the playing conditions, but of course China are believing that they have a number of matches to play yet in this tournament, so it doesn't cost too much to give them a bye in the first match.
No, they're not. Next tie isn't until Wednesday.
Exactly. It's the preferred situation. They take Du Yue and Li Yinhui, I think, when they have an attacking position on court with backcourt, front court player. It's preferred that Li Yinhui is sort of being the playmaker from the backcourt, trying to set up Du Yue. Not that they can't play in the opposite, they can, but I think they're the most dangerous when the back.
Yeah.
5-0.
Oh, that was nice. Rally. Oh, she's missed it. Oh, they work the rally so hard.
防守再逼前一点。
Pan Li, here on the left.
5.
Tao Xiaomin. He was a fabulous mixed doubles player, wasn't he, Tao Xiaomin?
It was great touch.
Game's over. 6-0.
Oh, my goodness, indecision from Du Yue, costing her dear. Well, they've challenged this. Li Yinhui, her partner, Du Yue, seemed convinced that was in, was handing the shuttle back, and I'm, having seen it again, I'm convinced it was
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
I think that's a wasted challenge. There we go. That's what I say. Yeah, it was a wasted challenge.
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining. 7-6. Late. Game's over. 7-0.
Missed that one.
8-7.
Typical match for two pairs who's not played each other before, just using the first part of the first game to sort of see what kind of a position is it that we're facing.
Not afraid to go forward
No.
as the left-hander.
No, she's definitely not afraid to go forward, and she's dangerous when she comes from the long backhand corner, running, smashing to the forehand corner, and then moving forward.
By the backhand corner, you mean her forehand corner?
No,
No.
her backhand corner, cross smash, lift in her forehand corner, move from one side to the other, and then smashing and coming forward.
Okay.
So all forehand shots.
9-0.
I think she's remarkably better in the forehand than in her backhand shots.
Yeah, well taken.
Serves over. 10-9. Line change. Line change. Wipe the court.
Yeah, line judge being asked to come on and mop the perspiration from the court surface.
He was notified by some of the photographers.
Vivian Hu, two-time Commonwealth Games gold medalist in the women's doubles with two different partners.
It's a nice accomplishment.
Yeah, and now she has been successful with the third partner here. A versatile player. Oh, dear. All right.
Interval.
And it is the Malaysians who have a two-point advantage here in the opening game at the mid-game interval. Giving China something to think
Nak
about.
rotate boleh, tapi kita rotate mesti jaga straight dengan barang. Okey. Attack jaga straight dengan barang. Dia apa ni kalau katakan dia lock kita, bola susah saja lock dengan dia balik pun tak apa. Because dia pun tak boleh attack main. Dia hanya drop tengah. Macam ni dulu lah. Layan dia dulu lah. So main slow dengan dia. Kalikan tukar speed. Okey. Then masa jap pergi buat. You jangan jaga half bola. Mesti jaga belakang bola. Because dia tak ada half ni dah. Dia mesti buka belakang. Ini you pergi belakang cepat. Ini bola yang kena kuat. Ya.
Blake.
Important coaching situation they're coming out of now here, because now is the first time the coaches have seen them against the other pair and had a chance to discuss what is actually going on. They might have had some idea from watching video and stuff like that, but now they've seen the first part of the first game, so now they have a much better idea of what the opponents are trying to do.
Oh, that's a lovely shot. was another challenge here
Challenges call in.
from Chinese combination, and I fear they'll lose that one as well. I have the same instinctive reaction as you did. I thought it landed in.
Well,
Clearly in. No challenges left in this opening game.
probably two of the worst challenges we've seen.
Yeah.
Service over.
They've done really well so far, Hu and Yap, because they haven't fallen into the trap of relentless attack. So they haven't really been counter-attacked by Du and Lee so far.
Oh, that's a beauty. What a shot there from Lee and Wei.
Service over. 11-14.
And then now they have counter-attack.
Yes.
Seems like Pan Lee is pointing with her, all of her fingers pointing downwards, like she wants her players to play more downwards. I think they're trying to up pace Du and Lee. Good rally. Probably approaching the longest rally of the match so far.
13-14.
Indeed, it was the longest rally, 46 shots.
14-all.
Suddenly all changed, Steve.
Yeah, there's some signs that it has changed, that it's the favourites who's taking over the direction of this match.
5 straight points.
Good shot.
Service over. 15-all.
Well-placed attack in the middle of the two players. Seen that once before, and it was a straight winner.
Put that away with venom. That wasn't coming back.
16-15.
Yeah, Pan Lee liked that one. 7 of the last 8 points.
Yeah, sometimes after a coaching session, it takes some rallies to sort of really grasp what the coaches have been asking you to do. Defense.
18-15.
That's what you like to see as opponents, both players going for it. No, you're able to return it.
Nine of the last 10 points now.
Suddenly became an error machine, Yap Cheng-Wen.
Yeah.
19-15.
Feeling the strings may have gone in Vivian Hu's racket. Wide.
Service over.
Maybe not.
19.
Most peculiar sound in the middle of that rally from Vivian Hu's racket. The top of the tape and trickled over. That's what you call a perfect drop shot from Vivian Hu. Look at that.
17-19.
Chinese pair, or the court attendant, who's actually got 2 roles today, court attendant and eye judge. Not happy with the mopping that's been done.
观众朋友们，2号场地即将进行的第5场比赛是混合中档比赛，由中华台北队选手张金辉和王麒麟对阵中国香港队选手邓俊文和谢延群。裁判员高兰斯·菲西诺来自南非，2组裁判员迈克尔·布兰达尔来自挪威。
That's nice. It's well worked. The counter-attack drive cross-court was changed the whole momentum of the rally. And that good play of the Chinese pair brings them 3 game point opportunities.
It's a good left hand there in the flat game.
Service over.
Really, really dangerous. Yeah.
18-20.
One game point, well saved. Another 2 opportunities, though, for the Chinese pair. Wasn't the best of serves from Vivian Hu. And a good angled return. And on their second game point opportunity, Tu Yue and Li Yinhui take the opening game. 21-18 in 23 minutes.
你往前不用扶，如果对杀他的话，你就反这样抓他这个球啊，防守你看两边分一分，我觉得效果挺好。要不然你挑，要不然你分，要不然你先立分，不要先去抽完他那个往前给他抓到一盘也很难受，连续打，你分不出来。 先粉或者先两边拉开，而且快的。徐嘉文在后面的时候，别人给他高的，这样往下插，他上去很尖，两边快的。啊。接外两个很正常，不用怕，他们继续这样。你看你前面有2个接外不知道谁打，后来你看出来有很多接外拉球也办，去拉那个的效果很好，再拉高一点，不是稍微高一点啊。
抓一个他可能没打，第二个还是什么的，两个都是想商量。
主要一开始他们第二个攻得高，第二个攻得蛮高扫过来，不知道太顺了。我看他们又扫边线都蛮顺。他那是一般我们另外一边这个球冲来，然后我们一加起来他正好是就稍微难受的往中路打他都可以，因为中路他们左右都射嘛，会稍微强了。
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
Well, the second half of that opening game was all one-way traffic in favour of the Chinese pair, Du Yue and Li Yanwei.
Play.
10-14 down, one at 21-18.
Serve up. 1-0.
It was going to go long, but Vivian Hu got a racket to it.
Service over.
So Chinese, this one I thought that was a little flat and maybe going to go along with the back line.
1-0.
I think that Yap and Hu is a little bit more likely to get into this attacking game and flat game here that they basically should avoid, because now they play a little bit with the drift and sort of invites you to attack a bit more.
So that sort of attacking rally, okay, they won the rally, but it was all the same pace from the Malaysians. Do you want to see more variation in paces, downward shots, or
not necessarily when they are on the when they have the upper hand in what is either attack or flat game, so they can keep on applying pressure. But that situation there where they are a little bit below, they end up a little bit below in the flat game, that's dangerous for them, and it's not so easy for them to play the back court of Du and Li with accuracy here on the far side, playing the far side of the court.
Yeah.
So I think Du and Li are going to have more rallies the way they want to play them in this second game than in the first, where I think the Malaysians did really well in the first part of it. And now Yap and Hu, they've done well in the first 5-6 rallies here, but eventually I think they are prone to put a flat exchange long and figure out that playing a little bit with the drift and that should put more pressure on them psychologically.
Serve is over. 3-4.
Behind the back shot. Yap Cheng Wen.
Serve is over. 5-3.
That's a lovely drop.
It's a really, really good drop shot because it stops well ahead of
6.
the first service line there.
Umpire not allowing a left-hander to go off and tell down. Obviously thinking it was a tactical break she wanted.
It's a very easy point from Chinese perspective there.
7.
Instead of having to work long rallies with lots of smashes, lots of clears.
Just wide.
8-3.
And the first smash from Du Yue. Not a full power smash at all, but a smash where here it is, where she stays in total balance and total control. She can help wherever on the court the next shot is coming from the Malaysians. Really well played.
Too. Yes, landed in. Misjudgment there from Du Yue.
4-10.
So to the mid-game interval, this Chinese combination, 7-point advantage. Already won the first game, 21-18.
Dia ketuk kita larikan 2 set dulu. 1, 2, 3 baru counter. 1, 2, 3 baru counter. Jangan sengaja ketuk dia nak tangkap kau. Itu kan video. Kita susah nak defend. Kita nampak dia main bola. Nanti kita masa sekali. Tapi pun nak counter juga. Tapi kita defend mesti ada.
The signs to me in the body language of the Malaysians that they themselves no longer believe.
Yeah, it seemed like that, and I saw during the later stages of this first part of second game, I watched the coaches and they were discussing in between them, but they weren't shouting anything to their players, and I would have expected that to say, hey, this is not working, we can do something else and hit it to the other player or move forward or do something. So it's like it's a long-term work in progress they've got here. And like you said, giving up on the match. Now it's, since you said the match changed at 14-10, it's 22-8 for
Wow.
Du and,
Yeah.
and Lee.
Yeah.
23, I think. No, 22. Oh, they already changed the scoreboard.
But it's interesting. I mean, this whole selection of this women's doubles by both team managers or coaches, because both pairs are the second-ranked women's doubles pair from their country here at the Sudirman Cup. So I don't know whether perhaps they both selected thinking possibly the Malaysians were going to play the first-ranked women's doubles pair that they've got, and vice versa. And all of a sudden, at the start of this encounter, people weren't sure what was going to happen because they'd all prepared their tactics, assuming they were going to play against the top-ranked pair from the
And they
outset.
had no real knowledge on a head-to-head basis.
No.
But I think from Chinese perspective, it could be this and that. They could have chosen Chen and Jia. Now they chose Du and Lee to play this match. They're going to choose the other pair against India, I think. From Malaysian perspective, Rosman Razak had ahead of the tournament said he might field scratch pairs, and we could have expected to see the Commonwealth Games champions Vivian Hu together with Cho Mei Kwan.
Yeah.
But I think that the Malaysian thinking is, okay, this match against China is a lost cause. So we don't want our women's doubles, who we need to win against India, we don't want them to have a bad experience against China. Either pair they would play, China would be the favorites. So let's just save them for the match against India, and also let's reassure Yap Chen Wang that this is the pair playing together coming forward. We're not going to switch the pairs by giving her this match as a development match, so to speak. You sort of reinforce her belief that it's still her and Vivian Hu coming forward.
It's fascinating. I'm sure you're right. It's all far more complex, these selections and these team competitions, than appears on the surface.
It could be so.
I'm sure you've probably made several very, very valid points there. But given the tight first two matches of this tie,
It could have gone horribly wrong for China.
exactly, because of course they've got the reigning world champions in the last match of the tie in mixed doubles. But Malaysia is also very good at mixed doubles.
And they played a 3-game match the last time they met the mixed doubles.
Wheels within wheels.
Yeah.
We thought you coaches just had to select the best players. Not a bit of it.
If you have the best players, then it's no problem. You just select them. If you don't have the best players, you have to be creative sometimes.
That's right. It's the Formula 1 round.
Third number. 7-16.
Sort of waiting for Du and Lee to get it together again and score the remaining points. Consolation points now for Yap and Hu, I think.
Not yet a year old, the confusion with the shot in between the two Malaysian players. Clear down the middle, both on their forehand sides.
they've got to see by now that Li Yunhui or Du Yue, first time they get the chance on the backboard, they very rarely go all out in a smash. So they've got to step at least one step forward and attack the first possibility they have for a downward shot instead of standing there waiting.
18-8.
I like that little brush backhand there from Du Yue to finish off the rally. That was sweet, wasn't it?
I'm really looking forward to this Sudirman Cup here and seeing the women's doubles, because I feel that there's a swing going back to China and perhaps Korea, we don't know that, but Japan has been dominant, but lately they haven't been as dominant as they were last year and so on. So I'm interested to see whether they've sort of gone all in on this tournament here, or China and Korea have caught up with them again.
Yeah, good point. Well, if that rally's anything to go by,
19.
this young Chinese combination will be challenging the top Japanese pairs. That was a lovely rally. Two points away from victory in the women's doubles. Good rally again. Match point opportunities. 9 opportunities to make the tie scoreline for love with 1 match to play. It's well saved. That's wild. I like this defiant attitude by the Malaysians. Their chances of them winning this match are at best, I think, slim.
Yeah.
But still they fight on. It's good to see.
That's all what you want to be doing, because you never know when it's going to give you a match. You never know when it's impossible.
No. But this time, and Du Yue and Li Yinhui secure the match. 21-18, 21-14 in a match lasting 45 minutes. Well, quite frankly, from 10-14 down in the opening game, this young Chinese pair really took the match by the scruff of the neck. Good to see the relatively new Malaysian pair put up such a good fight. But there is confirmation of the score. Du Yue and Li Yinhui win for China. 21-18, 21-14.